Ponytails. Read by Scribbler. Little Dashie by Posey.
Dear Dashie, I don't really know how to start this, other than that I love you. I've told you that every night of your life before you fell asleep, but the first time was the hardest. Seeing you for that first time made me wish that I would never have to leave your side, and that you would never have to leave mine. And I knew that once you fell asleep that first night, that you'd be leaving me for the first time, and that broke my heart. So I had to say I love you, just so that it'd be the first thing that you'd ever hear from me. And I'll say it again here. I love you. I love you more than I could ever love another pony, because you're my Rainbow Dash. Do you want to know the hardest part about being a dad? It wasn't the diaper changing, or the spit up cleaning, or even having to see you flirt with your very first boyfriend. It was knowing that someday that you were going to be so big and successful that you'd leave me behind. This goes double for you, kiddo. I didn't just hope that you were going to be the best at what you do. I knew. Did you know that you could fly before you could walk? Your mother and I weren't exactly happy that we'd have to basically tie you down to your crib every night to get you to sleep. But we were proud. So very proud. Your mother and I. Sounds so weird coming from me, doesn't it? You were too young to remember the first time when your mother and I were a package deal, weren't you? You wanted an explanation the last time we met, do you remember? You were 16 and the best flyer in your class. You'd come to visit me in Philadelphia for Heartswarming Eve, and I was living in that ratty old apartment downtown. You didn't like heartthrob, as I remember, and I'm pretty sure that you still don't. We got in a big fight, and you told me that I was replacing your mother. At the time, I told you that I wasn't, but that was a lie. I was. I still am. There's never gonna be another mare that will fill your mother's place in our heart and in our family. But I keep trying to find that perfect one because you're worth it. I keep trying because you're the most beautiful and most wonderful daughter that any father could ask for. And I want the pony in my life to meet that standard. And then you asked why your mother and I separated. That was a tough question to answer then, and it's a tough question to answer now. The simple explanation is that we just fell apart. But you want more than that. I know you do. You're always pushing the limits of what you want, and you're always going to ruffle some feathers just because. This isn't easy to say, but I think the reason why your mother and I left each other was because we both loved you too much. I don't need to feel any blame for what happened. You were too young to be at fault. The problem between us was that we both wanted the best for you, but we both had different ideas of what the best meant. Did it mean the most expensive flight schools? Did it mean we had to spend more time in the stratosphere? Did it mean the blue formula or the red formula? We didn't know, and I don't think that we know now. Those differences between us made us fight, which made you unhappy. Our shouting matches used to end with one of us going to calm you down in your nursery. It got to the point where we'd fight over you like you were some meaningless toy for us to play with. We loved you, but we didn't love each other. Not anymore. It took a while, but we realized that the best for you was for us to not be together. We became separate ponies with separate lives, and our only common point is our love of you. Just because we're apart from each other doesn't mean that we don't love you. We still love you. We'll always love you. Do you remember the first time I took you out flying? You weren't scared at all, and I called you a natural. I know that you'll never be afraid of anything, so I think I can tell you this. I might not be around much longer. Now, your first reaction will probably be to yell at me. That's a given, and I'll accept it. What I don't want to happen is for this to drive us apart. I don't want you to be so scared of losing me that we stop being together. Because I love you. Dashie, I'll say it again and again for all of Equestria here. I love you. And I hope that you'll keep loving me too. Even through the tough times ahead. And that's all that I can do. Hope that you'll keep on loving me. Because I know that you already do. You have so much love in your heart. So much room for compassion that it just astounds us opponents like you. You're loyal, and I trust that you'll be loyal to your dear old dad as well. This letter's getting pretty long, and I know how much you hate to read, so I'll cut it off soon. Just let me say this. Rainbow Dash, you are a strong, independent, awesome, beautiful mare with nothing holding you back but yourself. All of Equestria, all of the world will be your oyster, because I know that you're going to do anything that you set your mind to. You have great friends and a wonderful life. I want nothing but the best for you. Whatever you choose to be, you'll be the best at, because you're Rainbow Dash, my Rainbow Dash, my Dashie. Love, Dad.
Rainbow Dash sideswiped a nurse as she raced down the halls of the hospital.
Room 208! Room 208! Room 208! Sorry! Sorry!
She apologized, words spilling out of her mouth at random before rushing on.
Gotta be fast! Gotta be fast! Gotta get there! Gotta get there!
There it was, at the end of the hall. Fortunately, most of the medical staff had moved out of the way before she began to rocket down the hall at breakneck speeds. Nearing the door, she flared out her wings and skidded to a halt. Now that she was there, she couldn't open the door. How bad was it going to be? The knob slipped out of her shaking hooves until at last she turned it. There he was. He didn't look too badly banged up, with no visible blood under those sterile white bandages. Rainbow Dash wanted to hit herself for being so nervous when opening the door.
"He's stable,"
said the attending nurse, before handing over a cup of cocoa.
"but he's sleeping now. You can leave, or
I'll stay.
The nurse gave a curt nod and said,
I'll give you to your privacy. This..."
She picked up a folded slip of paper from the end table by the hospital cot.
"is for you. He wanted you to have it."
Rainbow Dash nodded numbly and waited for the nurse to leave before she unfolded the paper and began to read. That was Dear Dashie. It was written by Posey and read by Scribbler, with special guest voice actor Cider Barrel as the voice of Dashie's father. Right, I hope you enjoyed that. I actually planned to have this video out yesterday originally, but I had a power cut and that kiboshed all plans, so instead you get it on a Sunday. I haven't very much to say today because I'm about to go to work again. I hate working on Sundays. And also, I am preparing some notes for a very special podcast that I'm getting involved in this afternoon, so hopefully, if everything works out, watch this space, for things shall be monstrous and biblical. Be lovely to each other, and good night, everybody.